Hi, this is my vlog for this week. Took a little while. Let's see, I turned 29 on Saturday 1 week ago, almost a week ago. It was a big birthday for me because it is my first birthday, or my first full year as a woman and my last year in my 20s, which means that I did accomplish my goal of at least being so far in my 20s I could be living full time as a woman for at least part of my 20s so I could enjoy being a woman in her 20s, which is fucking nice because it really sucked living as a guy. I did not like it. Um anyway, let's see. So I had a good birthday. I went out to Babes. Um had all my friends. I realized I really don't hang out with any guys anymore, which is fine because I kind of find guys boring after a point anyway. But um, so I hung out at Babes. I had a lot of drinks bought for me. Um, Drank a lot. Was really hungover on Sunday. Then I taught my art lesson on Wednesday. So I had $35 to spend for the week, which I only have $3 left. Then I went out to karaoke, and that was good. And I've been denied unemployment. So that is a really bad thing because I have not paid rent for September. I don't have a job. Um, Unemployment was not going to be much, but it was hopefully going to take care of my rent. They said that being homeless is not considered a just reason to quit a job. So, sorry, I keep messing with my hair. My forehead's really bothering me today for some reason. Well, that's like the really masculine feature of my face. Anyway, so yeah, being homeless is not good cause to quit a job. Um, I should have slept in front of Union Station. So I have appealed that decision, and I went to legal aid to get a lawyer. Um, Hopefully, I will get this decision reversed and start getting my unemployment, at least for the weeks that I was unemployed. Um, Meanwhile, I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have always worked in restaurants before, and it seems to me that restaurants are not necessarily my safety job anymore. Good Lord. I keep looking at. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm concerned about my appearance and being really girly here. Um, so restaurants have always been my safety job. It was always a job I knew that I could get and I knew I could do well at because I'm good at, or I thought I was good at it. And of course, I got fired from my last restaurant job, and that's really a bad thing. Um, Yeah, so now I'm kind of worried. Like I think as far as restaurants go, I think either like a corporate place, which I hate corporate places, or I can go work at a gay bar. And there's only three gay bars in Richmond, or four gay bars, and um, I've really only been to two of them. And I go to Babes all the time. I go to the lesbian bar because I like women. Um, the gay man bar, the one I went to, Barcode, I went once, and I kind of didn't like it very much. It was I did not fit in there. It was just a whole bunch of guys. It was very much like a hunter's lodge or something, and um, no one paid that much attention to me because in that environment, I mean, in a straight bar, like I'm gonna pass in a straight bar, um, and I kind of people who don't know me at Babes, I pretty much pass too because I did find that I overheard one lady talking about me Saturday night, my birthday. She was like, "Now that is a big woman." Like, which I am big. I'm not huge though. Well, I am. I felt huge last night when I celebrated my friend's birthday, and but I'm 5'10", which is not like way out of the ordinary. Like I'm not so large that people are like, "Oh, she definitely used to be a man." Although I think like people don't think it surprises people when they hear that. Like I would love to get to a point where it does surprise people when they hear that, but maybe that might just not be in my cards. But it'd be wonderful. It'd be wonderful if it was in my cards eventually. Where people are like, no, you're kidding. There's no way you used to be a man. That would be awesome, but that might not be in my cards. But anyway, um, so as far as restaurants go, like I think I'm pretty much gonna have to be at a gay bar, or I'm gonna have to be in a more corporate environment where I'm not gonna get fired for subjective opinions, like the owner thinks that my food doesn't look good, or where I'm gonna if I get fired, it's gonna be for actual a real reason, like not just an opinion. Um, like there'll be complaints and there'll be I don't know. Um, so that is that. I the good one good thing is I am getting a social worker through through my we have this free clinic in Richmond, the Fan Free Clinic, which they have a TG clinic that I go to, which is where I get my hormones and all my medical treatment, and that's free, which is wonderful. And I've been getting my therapy there also, which I had to get therapy to qualify for the medical clinic. And I really kind of go to therapy now. Um, well, right now, recently it's been really difficult in my life because I want to get into that just a little bit. Um, but I go see my therapist there, and now I'm going to get my social worker there. Now, I was thinking about it, and I'm trying to write this essay um, about my recent difficulty, and I think my last cooking job, which I quit to go work for the job in D.C. Um, I think when I quit that job, I mean I didn't realize it, but I think that's when I kind of lost my last little portion of like manhood, quote unquote manhood. Like I think even though they were starting to kind of come down on me hard, like I was looking more and more like a woman, and even though I didn't feel like I was probably acting more and more like a woman. And like I think it's my instinct because my whole life, like as far as passing and acting, like like I am, it comes very naturally for me to act like a woman, um, more so than acting like a guy ever did. But like at work, especially like if a guy acts like a woman at work, you really you don't get anywhere with that. So I think at work I really probably learned how to act masculine more than anywhere else, and it's still just because it was drilled into me that at work you act like a man. That's how you get ahead. And so I think with my last job, I think I made well one person specifically I can think of uncomfortable because I think I was still kind of trying to cook like Nathan, and um, and that person doesn't exist anymore. Um, and it bothers people when I try to act like that person because I think even if they see a man, or even if they see a woman who used to be a man, or they see a man that's looking like a woman. But if I'm working and dressing like a man, or working at work and kind of acting the way I did as Nathan at work, like that probably is kind of more of a masculine way to act. And I think it's the incongruity that people don't like. And also, I mean, I want to say that that's not like totally, totally it too, because the other thing is when I'm at work and I have to wear blue jeans and ratty t-shirts and my makeup gets messed up because of the heat and all the sweating and stuff, um, I look a lot more masculine at work, because I have to tie my hair back up as well. Although I would like see myself in a mirror and notice that I look a lot more feminine than I feel like I look. Because especially since um, my kitchen clothes, they're girl blue jeans and um, girl t-shirts and makeup. And as a guy, like I always wore girl blue jeans, and I usually wore really tight guy t-shirts, which the closest equivalent to to a girl's t-shirt. So, um, and actually, a lot of times at work, I was always wearing a sports bra anyway. So it was and like I would always dress like that, and I'd always like act like a man. So like I kind of so I think it's just that's like the one area of my life where I really feel more like I am still presenting as a man, and I think I've lost that avenue. I mean, I think that's one of the first things you lose. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to stop. It's been a little over 10 minutes, and I'm tired of looking at my face, my fat face, my forehead, and worrying about everything, worrying about my appearance. Anyway, that's it. Bye.